Irma Gerd StarCraft, ladies and gentlemen, it is the After Hours Gaming League Week 4 action. Would like to once again note, go to After Hours Gaming League, or excuse me, AfterHoursGaming.tv to get all the videos and all your AHGL coverage, all the information on the team, all the past casts, everything you'd ever want to need know. All happens at AHGL.tv. Huge shout out to Red Bull Gaming for sponsoring the After Hours Gaming League. And it looks like, oh my gosh, in the top right corner, plugging the game that he currently is working on, Zynga is sending out the Zerg Preposterous. He would like you to play Farmville on Facebook. Down in the bottom left-hand corner from Team Palantir. His team currently up 2-0. It is XCal. The game is on Howling Peak. The decal outside XCal's front is enormous. It basically says Terran this way, and arrows never lie. Just ask street signage. In the meantime, Preposterous moving this way with his Overlord, as would be expected. You know, I want to just note right off the bat, just right away, that is a pretty true statement. I don't really see arrows lie a lot. If there's a sign that says, you know, candy this way, I immediately just believe it. I'm not like, nah, that sign's so full of, you know, I'm not going to say that because, you know, it's a sign, and signs with arrows are truth. If anyone wants to go ahead and post pictures of arrows that have lied, I would be more than happy to see that. We see Preposterous. The Zynga Zerg, one of the regulars of the After Hours Gaming League, has been playing since Season 1. And of course has the amazing name Preposterous. Aren't you happy about that? That's like if you have yourname.com. I don't even think I have SeanPlot.com. But Preposterous, he owns the name Preposterous on Battle.net. We see XCal going for a rather unusually early refinery. Interesting. The fast expands have been so common in this matchup, but he could very well be going directly for that Speed Reaper, and you know what? Given that there ain't nothing getting built, I'm going to just decide quietly that I'm right. There's one Reaper, and what do you know? Barracks number 2, XCal. You sneaky, sneaky man. XCal now building his supply depot. With Palantir up 2-0, there's every possibility that, you know, could be going for something like a little cheesy play, a little fun, creative play. We're seeing XCal build himself a hatchery and build himself a spawning pool because that's normal. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? I don't need to justify that to you. That's like me trying to explain why you should put pants on when you go to work. No one's going to take you seriously if you're like, I really think that we should invest in more coal for our company. I'm like, Jerry, you don't have pants on. Stop talking about coal. XCal moving up with his first ever Reaper. Reapers do a lot less damage, but they're a lot more mobile. And oh, the nightmare has begun. The hell has begun. Will a drone fall? Oh my god. May the gods of Reapers have mercy on our soul. And it looks like XCal is very much so like an 8th grader playing a multiplayer game. He's decided on rules of fairness. Okay, I'll back off. I'll only do it once. Preposterous getting his spine crawler up. It looks like Queen 1, Queen 2 coming on up. Will he get Drone 2? Will Drone 2 fall? What? At what cost? Great discipline right there by XCal. I'm not going to lie, 100% of the time I would be like, get him, suicide to kill it off. Utilizing the art of micro, XCal is pulling back, spine crawler repositioning, and command center going down. Supply depot wall off at the back side. Oh yeah, all this is just excellent play from XCal. Reaper contain. Expanding. Ooh, a third command center. Look at that. Walling off the backside. XCal has clearly prepared himself. Preposterous. Things are really not looking so good for him. I am not going to lie. I shan't tell a lie. This is looking oh so dismal for Preposterous. This is not biased, ladies and gentlemen. This is a blunt statement of the harsh realities of being up against Speed Reapers. Thank God for Queen 2 coming on in to replace Queen 1. Will Queen 2 be enough? Will Queen 2 be enough? Clearly the double Reaper play is what we're seeing out of the Terran player. Oh! Queen number 2 goes down. The Reaper production continues. Preposterous really struggling to stabilize, just now getting gas geysers up. The queens are queued up like crazy. QQ types Preposterous, incidentally building the defensive unit that he needs. That's not irony, that's game design. Dustin Browder. Preposterous, moving right on in with his creep adjoinment. He needs to get those two bases joined together. If he can have the connection between those two bases, he can more quickly bring queens back to get killed off by the Reapers. Get it? No, this is actually the key defensive maneuver. Queens, even though a lot is being lost in terms of just absolute resource value, the truth is that Preposterous is slowly getting ahead in terms of his economy. He's at 44 drones to the 30 of Preposterous. Preposterous has, in fact, no army, is getting a 4th command center. Actually looks like transitioning into mech. This is the problem with a lot of Reaper openings. They struggle with transitions. Zerg is almost defenseless at this point in time. Look at that amazing micro by XCal. This is quite awesome. Keep in mind, there are a number of divisions. There is an A and B league for both StarCraft and League of Legends. So, this is the A league for StarCraft. You are required to be in the A league if the majority of your players are Masters. XCal would fall under that category, Team Palantir. In the A league, as is Zynga. XCal doing all the pain! XCal doing a little zapping action. We'll continue to zone these hatches, prevent as much as he can. Hatch going down. We also see the Roach Warren going down. Roach Hydra increasingly a possibility, not because of the way Heart of the Swarm is designed, but because Stefano. Oh my god, he didn't cancel it. That's a real pain in the butt, but that's fine because if at first you don't succeed, expand again. But as I was saying, Stefano has really been the one popularizing Roach Hydra in this game. And it's ever so more viable now that the Hydra speed has been increased. Now XCal will be doing the pretty standard, just, you know, park Reapers somewhere and pick off creep tumors and scan and move. I'll just say he'll do the normal thing and then literally narrate whatever he does exactly. XCal is doing a reasonable transition, starting off getting his harassment, but notice this difficulty, this juncture point. As he is beginning to go mech, there's literally no pressure left on Preposterous. Preposterous is free to do as he pleases, except expand here. That's the one thing he's not allowed to do. Until he sends his Zerglings, and then he is allowed to do that. There's a lot of conditions. But again, the basic idea is that the harder you do Reaper harassment in the early game, the weaker your transition to mid-game is. Mines and tanks going down, they certainly look pretty, they undoubtedly do damage, but now Preposterous has a lot of units up. He's fallen a little bit behind on workers, but his production is really starting to rock out. The Infestation Pit is coming up, and hopefully we'll get to see that Swarm Host in action. And of course, I have to steal a line from the chat, from Fear Not the Flood, who says preposterous amounts of testosterone. Preposterone. XCal moving up to check out the once dead hatch location of Preposterous. Is it indeed continuing to expand? Yes. We're starting to see the Lings, the Roaches. Ooh, Roach speed getting upgraded. Keep in mind, this little missile attack upgrade works very well with the Locust. Locusts do get that bonus upgrade. XCal being very bold with his expanding. Wow. I do like this, the wall off with the orbital command. That's like instead of using sandbags at the war front, we protect our troops with Walmarts just lined up side by side. Orbital command defensively placed, love it. Drilling claws, or as I like to call it, the alligator clamps upgrade, will not only allow the Widow Mines to determine the voltage of incoming enemy units, but will also allow them to burrow and unburrow more quickly. Infestors coming out because, hey, it's Heart of the Swarm, but Infestors, I heard in a book that it was good. Preposterous now just setting up his defenses. Everything's looking good. Upgrades a little bit behind for XCal. Again, there's that delay with all the transitions because of those Reapers at the outset. Mines continue to be rocking, continue to be absolutely fantastic units. But will the Roaches be able to push in here? It looks like the answer is no, and that's not just N-O, no. This is like caps lock, size 40 font, italicized, underlined no. As these tanks continue to advance forward, there's mines there, there's mines there. Shoot the mines, shoot the mines, shoot the mines or kill the mines or run away from the mines, do something. Looks like he's elected to retreat. Still got the wall off at the back, this one SCV. Loyal to this orbital command to the end. I'll bring you the money. That poor orbital command, weary and needy, has pushed away everyone except the one SCV, most loyal and most empathetic. and the orbital command leaves anyways. I knew he was no good. In the meantime, Preposterous just continuing to add on roaches, infestors, but look at this, a layer upgrading to a hive, a hydralisk den coming down now. And XCal's, he's lost his mind. He's adding on nothing but orbital commands, getting as many refineries as he can. There's not really a big use for him to expend a lot of those resources, or a lot of those minerals. Oh, keep in mind, burrowed units, don't get picked off by widow mines. Oh, 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 the range, the range. Oh, Preposterous manages to escape unscathed. The widow mines now preparing to do a little bit of assaulting of their own. These infested Terrans thus far have been an excellent addition to the warfront efforts. And now XCal's doing the fingers crossed play was not enough. Preposterous now doing yet another assault. It looks like he will end up scouting this expansion. The infestor harassment has actually been excellent thus far in this game. I mean, the macro mode is through the roof for XCal. He has so many tanks. This guy is Boxer circa 2000. And we do see, of course, the medevac trying to pop in there, do a little bit of extra damage in the back. Did it do damage? Maybe. I don't know. We'll never know. Never ever will we know. Oh, there it is. There's the widow mine. It's dead, you guys. Everyone needs to calm down. In the meantime, though, I'm really worried about these two infestors that are just in plain sight. There they are. XCal sees them. Will they do anything? Will anything happen? It looks like the roaches are about to mount an attack down at the bottom side. It's an orbital command. It's not a planetary fortress. What's going to happen? Oh my god, the pain. We're seeing the grooved, the muscular augments upgrade, the hydralisk sneakers upgrade. Looks like some medevacs are starting to be produced. Maybe we'll also start seeing some hellbats incorporated into this mixture. XCal has not really done that much up to this point in time. The infestors! Oh my god, mind games. And Preposterous taking down the destructible rocks, having some of his changelings monitor his units, pretending to be unfriendly. But now XCal's getting in position at the last second. The widow mines not going to be done in time. Can he get those siege tanks up? Looks like Preposterous is just darting forward. Oh my god, the widow mines and siege tanks do absolutely massive damage, but it wasn't enough. They did not establish themselves in time. Are these infestors ever going to do anything? Right now, Preposterous, who is looking to be in heinous, horrendous shape, is punishing the slow transition of XCal. Preposterous has gotten up his 2-1 upgrades and is now making 15 frickin' hydralisks. In the meantime, will they ever do anything? No. No. And you're kidding me. In the meantime, the attack has barely been defended by XCal with the use of some widow mines. The infestors continuing to pop up. And oh, they never did anything in the end. Looks like XCal has managed to stabilize and defend everything. So, at this point in time, as we step into the Army tab, we see it is 90 right now for Terran, 118 for Zerg. A lot of that is in Hydralisks, which no one actually knows if they're good or not. The speed might be the critical thing that tips them to the position of being a staple Zerg Army unit, or it just means that they'll very quickly run up to all the units that are better than them. No one really knows. It will take the extended sacrifice of many players convincing themselves that they need to build more Hydras. So now Preposterous will continue to position himself well. A couple of air units, Vikings, medevacs running a fray. At this point in time, XCal has pretty much relied on a mine tank force. 10 mines, 17 tanks. This is a hyper-mobile late game. Vipers being incorporated into the mix. That's going to be excellent versus siege tanks. Will Preposterous be able to do enough damage to this backside? Ouch. A Hydralisk sacrifices his life, quickly running up to be killed off by the mine. Siege tanks positioning. Oh my god, is Preposterous actually going to do this? He briefly teases the idea before immediately retreating, but oh my god, XCal has made the key mistake of life. Unsieging all tanks at once, and then walling oneself off with tanks. The rest of the tanks can't get into position. The mines, again, dealing absolutely ridiculous amounts of damage. There's someone in chat who's making a joke about Goody, because I'll be honest, mech is looking good as it should. Planetary defense setting up for XCal. Both players macro looking amazing. Money plummeting down to 0. Are the Hydralisks the key? We just don't know. No one will ever know. It's like reading nutrition facts on the side of anything. These are just numbers to me. I don't even know what a calorie really is, or whether it's meaningful. And I won't know because they'll figure it out long after I'm dead. At this point in time, Preposterous stockpiling himself up. It's looking good for XCal, but wait! XCal sieging up a little late. Can the tank volleys get off in time? The siege tanks ripping down line after line of units, but there's no reinforcing set of stuff. This is going to be close. And the siege tanks look like they're the ones coming out on top. It's time for Preposterous to cast a little blinding cloud that causes those siege tanks to have no range. Unable to do anything. Now in this position, if I had to say what the result was going to be, I would be forced to say that Preposterous is looking to be in ungood position. Unless he can somehow kill off all the attacks on all the different fronts. I'm just unsure. I'm just unsure. This is looking very bad. We're starting to see everything get sucked right on up. Oh, a missed cancel again. Oh, XCal looking so excellent. He said, funnily. XCal having the mines and the siege tanks set up, this is going to go absolutely miserably unless Zerg executes this attack perfectly. Here he is springing into action. The Widow mines are about to do their huge damage. The siege tank line just goes back and back and back. Preposterous getting totally rocked. Getting just destroyed. XCal setting up, doing all the destructorage. And it looks like, can Preposterous pull this off? Oh, well, he's helping out with tanks, killing off the hatchery quickly. The positioning of XCal just too good, taking expansions. There's the good game. Wow! A 3-0 victory. What a phenomenal set of play. Preposterous from Zynga. Wow, what a quick series. That means that it was a victorious match for Team Palantir. We got the chance to see some very nice micro plays executed across the board. Some unique stratagems thrown in our way. But that does mean that Palantir takes a nice, clean, quick 3-0 victory. Guys, feel free to head right on over to AfterHoursGaming.tv, where you can get all the video coverage of everything that has ever happened there. Would be thrilled if you came on by and checked out what went down. Until that point in time, I am going to be signing out, playing some music, and I will see you next Wednesday, same time, same place, for more After Hours Gaming TV. See you then.